Are you freaking nerds? Strap in. We're going deep on Voyager 1 today.
On Voyager 1?
Yeah, Voyager 1. This little probe's been tearing ass through space for like, what?
Almost 50 years?
50 freaking years. It's further out than any other shit humans have ever launched, still sending back data from beyond our goddamn solar system. It's like something out of Star Trek, but way more badass.
I agree.
We've got a stack of Wikipedia articles about Voyager 1 here.
Ah, nice!
So let's dive into this thing's mission, the crazy shit it's seen, and where the hell it's going next.
That sounds like fun.
I know, right? So this thing's older than most of our listeners, probably.
Older than me.
Running on tech that's weaker than your smartphone.
Seriously?
Seriously. Yet it's traveled over 15 billion miles.
15 billion?
15 billion. And it's been sending back images of planets and moons we could only dream about seeing up close until this thing came along.
That is pretty wild.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
Some piece of 70s tech just cruising through space.
Outliving its expected lifespan.
By decades. Makes you realize how limited our perspective is here on Earth. So this mission wasn't originally meant to go on this long, was it? What was the deal with Voyager 1's original goals?
So Voyager 1 was part of a program to explore the outer planets.
Outer planets, like...
Yeah, like Jupiter, Saturn.
Oh, okay.
They sent two probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, on kind of different paths.
Okay.
The original plan was to get up close and personal with those planets, their moons and rings. They figured if they got some good data for a few years, that's a win.
So basically a quick peek and then back home.
Something like that.
But Voyager 1 said fuck that to the schedule and just kept on trucking, right?
Pretty much. The mission was so successful, they extended it. Voyager 1 used Saturn's gravity to slingshot itself towards Titan, Saturn's largest moon, and then it just kept going.
That is badass.
Yeah.
So what kind of crazy shit did Voyager 1 capture on its trip through the outer solar system? I mean, this was before high-definition cameras and all that jazz, right? Did it even get any decent pics?
Dude, even with the limited tech back then, Voyager 1 blew everyone's minds.
It's real.
It sent back images of Io, one of Jupiter's moons, that showed active volcanoes spewing plumes hundreds of kilometers high. Back then, we'd only seen volcanoes here on Earth.
Volcanoes in space. That's some metal shit right there. What else did it see?
Hold on, there's more. Voyager 1 got up close and personal with Jupiter's Great Red Spot.
The what?
The Great Red Spot. A storm so large it could swallow the entire Earth.
Holy shit.
And then, when it reached Saturn, it sent back detailed pictures of Saturn's rings.
Okay, those are iconic for sure.
But here's the kicker. The rings weren't just some flat disk like everyone thought. They were full of intricate structures, gaps, braids, and waves, always moving and changing because of the pull from Saturn's moons.
Hold up. So Saturn's rings are basically a cosmic disco party. Always in motion, constantly changing. That's trippy as hell. What about Saturn's moons? Did Voyager 1 get a peek at any of those?
Oh, yeah, it did. Its observations of Titan were groundbreaking, actually.
Titan. What's so special about Titan?
Well, Voyager 1 found that Titan has a thick atmosphere denser than Earth's, made mostly of nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Like the stuff we breathe.
Kind of. That got scientists thinking about the possibility of life beyond Earth, even if it wasn't like anything we're used to.
So we talking about aliens chilling on a moon with nitrogen for air. Sounds like a rough place to party. But this all sounds pretty smooth sailing so far. I heard Voyager 1 had some senior moments lately, though.
True.
Well, you try running on 50-year-old tech for billions of miles. Things are bound to get a little screwed up.
Things break down, yeah.
Exactly. Recently, it started sending back some weird data.
Weird how?
Like nonsensical.
How?
Turns out it was having issues with its AACS, the system that controls the probe's orientation and keeps its antenna pointed at Earth.
So it got lost in space, like literally.
Kind of. The AACS was trying to communicate through a dead computer, like trying to call a ghost or something.
I'm pretty fucked up.
It was a real head-scratcher for the engineers back on Earth. I bet. Those poor bastards trying to troubleshoot a computer that's billions of miles away and older than their grandpas? How'd they fix it?
Luckily, they figured out a way to tell the AACS to use a working computer.
Like a backup.
Basically, it's insane, right? They managed to reboot a computer that's further away than anything human-made has ever been. Genius.
That's some serious tech support right there. Talk about remote access. But wait, didn't Voyager 1 also do something pretty groundbreaking a while back? Something about leaving the solar system.
That's right. In 2012, Voyager 1 officially crossed the heliopause. Basically, the boundary where the influence of our sun's solar wind ends and interstellar space begins.
Heliopause.
Heliopause. It's like stepping out of your front door and suddenly you're in a different dimension.
Damn. Okay, so what the hell is interstellar space anyway?
It's the region between stars.
Like the void?
It's not completely empty. There's gas, dust, cosmic rays zipping around, but it's way less dense than the space inside our solar system. And the conditions out there are way different. The temperature is way lower, and there's a lot more radiation.
So not exactly a vacation spot.
Nope, definitely not.
So Voyager 1 is out there braving the cosmic elements and sending back data from a place no human-made object has ever been before.
Exactly. It's been measuring the density and composition of interstellar space, the magnetic fields, and even the sounds of plasma waves.
Hold up. Sounds. You're telling me there's sound in space. I thought that was bullshit.
Not the kind of sound you hear with your ears.
Okay.
Sound can't travel in a vacuum like it does in air, right? But Voyager 1 can detect vibrations in the plasma, those charged particles that fill interstellar space, and turn those vibrations into audio signals.
So what, like the heartbeat of the galaxy?
Something like that. It's pretty damn cool.
Kind of creepy, too. What if something hears Voyager 1 out there and decides to come knocking?
Well, that's where the golden record comes in. It's a 12-inch gold-plated copper disc attached to Voyager 1.
Gold-plated. Fancy.
It's got a selection of sounds and images meant to represent Earth or humanity.
Wait, so we basically sent a mixtape to aliens?
A mixtape.
Yeah, like a collection of our greatest hits. What the hell is on this thing?
Aha, it's got greetings in 55 languages, music from different cultures and eras, Mozart, Chuck Berry, Blind Willie Johnson, you name it.
Seriously.
Chuck Berry.
Seriously. There are also pictures of people, animals, landscapes, even scientific diagrams, like a snapshot of humanity.
Imagine some alien civilization bumping into Chuck Berry in their spaceship. That's hilarious. But for real, what was the point of all that? It was a long shot, but the idea was to create a message in a bottle, a little piece of us for whoever or whatever might find it out there in the vastness of space.
So Voyager 1 is like a cosmic time capsule hurtling through interstellar space with a message from humanity. That's mind-blowing. But let's be real, the chances of any aliens finding this thing are slim to none, right?
The odds are definitely astronomical, no pun intended.
Uh-huh.
Space is vast, and Voyager 1 is just a tiny speck in the cosmic ocean.
A tiny speck with a kick-ass mixtape. I like it. So this Voyager 1 story is already blowing my mind. It's crazy thinking about this little probe out there, braving the cosmic wilderness, carrying a message from humanity. I'm curious about what it's up to right now and what kind of data it's sending back. Let's get into that next.
Sounds good to me. There's a lot more to unpack about Voyager 1's current status, its dwindling power supply, and its ultimate fate.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we've talked about Voyager 1's journey so far, those mind-blowing images it's captured and that crazy golden record it's carrying.
Right.
But let's cut the crap and talk about the elephant in the room. This thing is running on borrowed time.
Borrowed time, how so?
It's powered by plutonium, for God's sake, and that stuff doesn't last forever.
Oh, right, plutonium. I always forget about that part.
How much longer can this little dude keep kicking? That's the question.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's already way past its expected lifespan, like decades past.
It's like the Energizer Bunny on steroids, I swear.
So what's the prognosis, Doc? How much longer could we expect to hear from Voyager 1?
NASA's been pretty upfront about this, actually. They've said Voyager 1's power supply is dwindling.
Makes sense.
And they're having to make some tough decisions about which instruments to keep running.
Like what, they're shutting stuff down?
Basically, yeah. They're putting it on an energy diet.
An energy diet?
Turning off heaters and prioritizing essential systems to keep it going as long as possible.
Damn, that's got to be rough for the little guy. No more space heaters on those long, cold interstellar nights.
Right.
Seriously, though. How much longer do they think it can keep transmitting data?
The estimates vary, but they're saying we might have until 2025, maybe 2030 at the outside.
2030 at the latest.
Yeah, before the signal fades out completely.
Right. Damn. So we're talking just a few years, Max. That's kind of depressing. What kind of data is it even sending back? Now that it's out in the middle of freaking nowhere. Is it even worth all the effort to keep it running?
It's still sending back some pretty incredible stuff.
Like what?
Well, one of the big things it's been measuring is the density of interstellar space.
The density.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be completely empty out there, right? Just vast nothingness.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I always pictured.
Turns out there's still stuff floating around, gas, dust, cosmic rays. It's just way more spread out than what we see within our solar system.
So even in the middle of freaking nowhere, there's still something there. Wild. What does that tell us about the universe? Is it like this everywhere? Or is our solar system some kind of cosmic anomaly?
That's what's so exciting about Voyager 1's data.
Tell me more.
It's given us a glimpse into a region of space that we've never been able to study directly before. And by comparing the density readings from interstellar space to those from within our solar system, we can start to understand how stars and planets form, how galaxies evolve, how the universe itself came to be.
Damn, so this little probe is helping us unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. It's like a time machine, giving us a glimpse into the past and maybe even offering clues about the future.
Exactly. And it's not just about density ratings. Voyager 1 is also providing valuable information about the magnetic fields in interstellar space.
Magnetic fields, like what kind of information?
Well, they can tell us about the structure and dynamics of the galaxy. And it's also given us insights into cosmic rays, those high-energy particles that bombard our planet from all directions.
Okay, now that's some heavy shit.
It is.
So even though Voyager 1 is on its last legs, it's still making major contributions to our understanding of the universe. But speaking of its journey, let's go back to that moment when it crossed the heliopause, the boundary between our solar system and interstellar space.
Right, right.
Did it send back any crazy readings or anything like that?
It was a big moment for sure. The instruments on board detected a sudden shift in the magnetic fields.
A sudden shift? Like how sudden?
Very sudden.
Wow.
And also a change in the types of particles it was encountering. It was like going from a calm sea to a raging storm.
So crossing the heliopause wasn't just some arbitrary line on a map. It was a real measurable event.
Absolutely. It marked the transition from the influence of our sun's solar wind to the interstellar medium, which has its own unique properties. And the data Voyager 1 sent back from that transition zone is helping us understand how the sun's influence shapes the space around us.
That's pretty damn amazing.
It is.
This little probe is basically a cosmic explorer, charting the unknown and sending back reports from the front lines.
Exactly.
But here's something I've always wondered. How the hell are we still able to communicate with this thing when it's so far away? It's like trying to have a phone conversation with someone on the moon.
It's a testament to the ingenuity of the folks at NASA and the power of the Deep Space Network. It's a global network of giant antennas that they use to communicate with spacecraft all over the solar system and beyond.
So we built these massive dishes just to chat with a probe that's billions of miles away.
Pretty much, yeah. It takes a lot of power and precision to send and receive signals across those vast distances.
Makes sense.
And remember, Voyager 1's transmitter is super weak, like a tiny whisper in the cosmic void.
So they're basically using these giant ears to pick up a faint signal from the edge of the solar system. Mind-blowing.
It is pretty incredible, yeah.
But if the signal's so weak, how long can they realistically keep listening? Isn't there a point where it just becomes too faint to pick up?
That's the sad reality. Every year, the signal gets weaker and weaker.
Right.
Eventually, it'll fade out completely. It's like trying to hear a friend whispering from across a football field, and they're slowly walking away. Eventually, their voice is just going to get lost in the background noise.
So we're basically on borrowed time with Voyager 1. We're just lucky to have had this long with it, I guess.
It's been an incredible journey, that's for sure. And the data it's sent back has revolutionized our understanding of the solar system and beyond.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what happens when the signal finally goes silent.
When it goes silent.
What's Voyager 1's ultimate fate? So we've established that Voyager 1 is on its last legs, its signal fading as it drifts further into the cosmic abyss. What happens to this little guy when we finally lose contact? Does it just become space junk, or is there some other, more poetic fate awaiting it?
That's a question that sparked a lot of speculation and philosophical pondering, even...
Like what?
While some scientists believe Voyager 1 could eventually collide with interstellar dust or gas,
Okay.
slowly eroding away over billions of years.
Billions of years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's like way longer than humans have even existed.
Exactly. Others think it might get caught in the gravitational pull of another star, maybe ending up in orbit around a distant sun.
So it could become like a cosmic ghost ship, sailing the interstellar seas for eternity.
Possibly.
Or maybe it'll crash land on some alien planet, giving those little green men a taste of Chuck Berry and a glimpse into human civilization.
Huh. Now that would be a sight.
Right.
But the reality is that space is incredibly vast and mostly empty.
Yeah.
The odds of Voyager 1 colliding with anything substantial are astronomically slim.
So more likely it'll just keep drifting, alone in the darkness, a silent monument to human curiosity and ambition.
Pretty much.
That's kind of beautiful in a melancholy sort of way.
It is. And in a way, it's fitting.
How so?
Voyager 1's journey has always been about pushing boundaries, exploring the unknown, and ultimately accepting the vastness and mystery of the universe.
I feel that. This whole Voyager 1 story has really been a mindfuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's made me realize how small and insignificant our problems here on Earth actually are.
It's all about perspective, right?
We're just a bunch of apes on a tiny blue dot stressing about bills and traffic while this little probe is out there boldly going where no one has gone before, as Spock would say.
Haha. Exactly.
What can we, the non-rocket scientist folks, really take away from Voyager 1's journey? Besides feeling insignificant compared to the vastness of space, is there some life lesson buried in all this cosmic data?
I think there are a few, actually.
Hit me with them.
First, never underestimate the power of human curiosity.
Curiosity.
Yeah, it's what drove us to build Voyager 1 in the first place.
Makes sense.
And it's what keeps pushing us to explore and understand the universe around us.
So, curiosity killed the cat, but it also launched a probe into interstellar space.
Haha, something like that. Second, perseverance is key.
Perseverance!
Voyager 1 faced tons of challenges during its journey.
Oh yeah, all those technical glitches and stuff.
Exactly. But it kept going, pushing beyond its limits and exceeding all expectations.
It's an inspiration for sure.
It's a reminder that even when things get tough, we can find a way to keep moving forward.
So even when we're running on fumes, there's still a chance we can achieve something amazing.
Absolutely. And finally, embrace the unknown.
Embrace the unknown. How do you figure?
Well, Voyager 1 ventured into a realm that was completely uncharted,
Sure.
and it sent back data that changed our understanding of the universe forever.
It blew everyone's minds.
It's a reminder that there's still so much out there that we don't know, and that's okay. Actually, it's exciting. The unknown is where the greatest discoveries lie.
Well said. Voyager 1's mission might be coming to an end, but its legacy will live on,
Absolutely.
inspiring future generations to keep exploring, keep questioning, keep reaching for the stars. It's a reminder that even though we're just a small part of this vast universe, we're capable of incredible things.
I couldn't agree more.
And who knows, maybe someday, someone or something out there will find Voyager 1 and its golden record,
Right.
and they'll get a glimpse into the heart and soul of humanity.
A little piece of Earth, billions of miles away.
And maybe they'll dig Chuck Berry as much as we do. All right, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the epic journey of Voyager 1. This little probe has shown us the beauty and wonder of the universe, pushed the boundaries of human ingenuity, and left us with a message of hope and inspiration for the future. Until next time, keep looking up and keep exploring. You never know what you might find out there. Peace out.